Hello everyone and welcome to season 3 of the PMU, except it's really like season 4 because we did season 3, but now they're counting it as not a season, so it's confusing. Anyway, I didn't record any of season 3, so it looks like I've used the same mega the entire time, or the original season 3, so it looks like I've had the same mega the entire time. But I did have Mega Pincer when we were originally doing season 3, just for the record. Anyway, I'm here with my roster for season 3 2.0, which, yeah. Um, and first off, again, we took Serial Killer with the first pick in the draft. I got Mega Alakazam. I don't really have much to say about it anymore. Base 175 special attack, 150 speed. Insane coverage. Trace is a great ability. You guys have seen me use this before if you've watched any of my PMU videos. I think I've used it in every battle that I've had it for. So yeah, I really don't have much to say about it except that we got it again. Next off, we've got St. Elmo, the Zapdos, which I feel was a very good pick for even for round 2. Because static is now available on it, so it's becomes an even better wall. Plus, it's so good offensively as well with that base 125 special attack. It's got some really great moves. It can baton pass. Wow, I really should have checked the moves beforehand. It's got extra sensory. It's got, of course, Thunderbolt. It's got Heat Wave. Um, it can Signal Beam. It can set up Tailwind. That's what I was looking for. It can U-turn or Volt Switch. Gets that Charge Beam, which I actually like running on some things. Rain Dance if I want to run Rain some week for some reason. Yeah. So it gets a lot of coverage, has great stats, and it has static now, so it can be a very, very good defensive mon. Then we picked out something that I haven't used since the first season of the Opal League, and that is Hitmonlee, or Hulk. Like, I didn't use it well then, but I feel I should give it another chance. That 120 special attack, 110 special defense, 87 speed, but boosted by Unburden, or you can run Limber so they can't status you, or even Reckless to boost that high jump kick. Bulk up, it's got Close Combat, Bullet Punch for priority, Earthquake, Facade, Fake Out. Not going to be running a special one. Jump Kick or High Jump Kick. Knock Off, Poison Jab, Mach Punch, more priority. Rapid Spin was what I mainly picked this thing up for. I needed a good spinner, and I really wasn't feeling Excadrill. I wanted Mega DNC had been picked up at this point, and I wanted something that could deal with that, so I wanted the Bullet Punch and Rapid Spin. I decided to go with Hitmonlee instead of any of the other Hitmons, just because I really like the fact that this thing gets Endure and Unburden, so you can run Endure to the weakness policy, Unburden, and sweep teams pretty well. Then we picked up Buddha, the Darmanitan, and I'm calling it Buddha because I want to run Zen mode at some point. And people are going to laugh at me, but I want to try running Zen mode Darmanitan at some point, just to mess with people mostly. But this thing has quite the range of fire type attacks. It's got Earthquake, it's got Brick Break, it's got U-turn, which is great. Gets some good special attacks too, like Grass Knot. It gets Gyro Ball apparently. It's Heat Wave, Hammer Arm, Power Up Punch, Psychic, which is Stab once it reaches Zen mode. Rock Slide, Stone Edge Sub. If I can sub and get it into Zen mode, it's amazing. U-turn, Will-O-Wisp, Zen Headbutt. This thing is a monster offensively with base 140 attack and Sheer Force Flare, Stab Sheer Force Flare Blitz. It just destroys teams as a Scarfer with that 95 speed. Next up, adding to the Fire Water Grass core that I always draft, because that's amazing, we got Mama Carp, the Gyarados. This thing is also a monster. We have some really big attackers this season. Base 125 attack, 80 special defense, ability to set up Dragon Dances and then Moxie Sweep. It's Aqua Tail, Avalanche, Crunch, which is pretty new to its moveset actually. Can Dragon Tail if something is threatening to set up. Earthquake. You can run Fire Blast or Flamethrower. You can run this thing with special moves. Especially Hydro Pump. Iron Head, Ice Fang, Outrage, Stone Edge, Waterfall, gets T-Wave, Taunt, and this could have Intimidate instead of Moxie, which makes it very defensive. And now I've already got 2 ground immunities in Mama Carp and St. Elmo, and so naturally we picked up a third. We got Whitecap the Latios, named that because I have been really into the MLU lately, which is Major League Ultimate. There's the team called the Boston Whitecaps. He has white on the top of his head, and he's shiny. He's the color of a wave, so Whitecaps. Base 130 special attack, 110 special defense and speed. There's not much to say about Latios except for the fact that I picked this thing up in the 6th round. That amazed me. This thing's great. Just Draco Meteor, Energy Ball. It's another Psychic type with very similar coverage to Alakazam's plus Dragon stuff. And my computer froze. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, no, never mind. It's back. Ice Beam, Psychic, Psyshock, of course, Shadow Ball, and this thing also has Tailwind. Or what's really fun with Latios is running a Dragon Dance set, and then Earthquake sweeping, like Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Shadow Claw, really. It's good coverage, and it's hilarious to see people's reactions when you're running a physical Dragon Dance Latios. But yeah, you guys will be seeing Latios this season, hopefully doing work. So that's the first half of our team, and here's the second half, which you just saw like all of. So next up, we were able to get Lucario, because I really wanted a Steel type for the Dragon Fairy Steel core, even though I still didn't have a I hadn't finished either core at this point. But I wanted Lucario because it resists the dark as well, and it has Justified, so I can switch this thing in when my opponent's trying to hit me with a dark move, get a boost off of it, because this thing's got base 110 attack and 115 special attack, 90 speed, not 190, that would be scary. I don't even think Deoxys speed hits that high. Let's see. Deoxys speed hits 180. Huh. I actually know something, guys. So yeah. This thing is actually more of a special attacker, but its move pool leans towards physical. And it does have Aura Sphere, but it's got the Bullet Punch, the Blaze Kick. It's got Extreme Speed, Close Combat, Crunch, Drain Punch, Earthquake. You can run Final Gambit on this thing. That's fun. Hone Claw's High Jump Kick, which is a great combination. Poison Jab. No, you don't really need Poison Jab to take out fairies with this. Rock Slide, Shadow Claw, Sub, Sword Stance, Thunder Punch, Zen Headbutt. This thing gets Nasty Plot as well, right? Yeah, it gets Nasty Plot and Sword Stance, so you can set up as either a physical attacker or a special attacker. And this thing is just a nuke when you unleash it. Not as much as Victini, but we didn't pick up Victini this season. Next up, we finished our Fairy Dragon Steel core, except with a Steel Fairy type of Mawile. I've used Mawile in draft formats before. It's great with two really good abilities and one situational with Intimidate, Sheer Force, and then Hypercutter. It doesn't have any really outstanding stats, but with Intimidate it can eat hits. With Sheer Force it can deal a lot of damage. It can Baton Pass. I love running Sucker Punch on this thing because it's actually a really good revenge killer in my opinion. With a lot of moves that, like with a lot of physical moves that I can use, it gets knockoff Iron Head, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Fire Fang, not Fire Punch. Play Rough, Play Rough does so much damage. Gets Power Up Punch, and that just jumped really fast. There's the Thunder Punch. Gets Toxic Taunt, Swords Dance, Baton Pass, Sucker Punch. Gets Stealth Rock, which is good because we didn't have any Rock Setter until now. Because my team is just hit. I don't really have much of much defense. My defensive core is 2 Mons, and that's all I drafted. One of them is Zapdos, which can also be incredibly offensive. I mean, I could have like a 4-Mon defensive core with Gyarados, Mawile, and French Fries, the Gourgeist, as well as Zapdos, of course. First off, you're not going to have Pickup, you're going to have Frisk. So we got French Fries. I named it French Fries because you get different sizes of it. And yeah. There's so many different base stats, but for the most part, it's just a good physical attacker. Good bulky Mon. Gourgeist. These are all its different base stats. Special defense, special attack, and defense are always the same. This one has the highest HP and attack, and lowest speed at 54. Highest speed is Gourgeist Small, which hits 99 speed. And yeah. Why does it automatically go to Gourgeist or regular when I do that? Female shiny. Frisk. Named French Fries. There we go. It gets Destiny Bond, which is great. Disable, gets Will-O-Wisp, gets Flame Charge, Fire Blast, Explosion, Gyro Ball, Magic Coat, which is such a fun move if you can get it to work. I believe you get Synthesis, let's see. Yeah, Synthesis, Sludge Bomb, Shadow Sneak for priority, Rock Slide, Seed Bomb. You get Phantom Force. Is it Phantom Force? Right? Why is that? Yeah, you get Phantom Force. I don't know why that's not considered a move. It breaks through Protect. Yeah, it gets Synthesis, Trick, Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, Sub. This thing is very, very good at being defensive and can really wall teams if they're not prepared for it. What else do you get? You get Charge Beam. Wow. Incinerate. There's the Phantom Force. Razor Leaf, Rock, Smash. Gets Skill Swap, which can be really fun if I run like a pickup set. Gets Trick or Treat, which is also a really fun move. Make the opponent into a ghost type and then hit them with a stab. Super effective Shadow Sneak. And then there's the Trick Room, Worry Seed. Though I don't know why I would run Worry Seed if I could just run Skill Swap if I'm expecting them to rest. Skill Swap and Insomnia. Next up, I noticed that we didn't have a Volt Switch immunity. Also, this was the last Mon in our Firewater Grass Core, So this is a grass type. And it's a spin blocker. That's why I picked it up, because spin blocking and fire water grass. Next up, I noticed we didn't have a Volt Switch immunity, so I decided to put another very big physical attacker onto the team, and it's Diggersby. Very ugly, but very, very powerful. That 85 HP is its best stat, but it's got great attack once you factor in huge power. Let's see. Adamant, I can spell. Hits 232, so that's 464, which is over base 150 if I remember correctly. Let's see something with a really high attack stat. 160. Let's check how Mega Diancie reaches. How high Mega Diancie reaches. If it hits over 464. Adamant. Yeah, it has a higher attack stat than Mega Diancie, which is terrifying. It gets the stab Earthquake, stab priority quick attack, Facade if I think they're gonna burn me, Brick Break, Rock Slide, Gunk Shot for coverage, knock off Iron Head. There's the quick attack, Return. It can set up spikes, really? Wow. Can surf. It's got the U-turn, which that's another mon in the wow, what's it called? Volt Turn. In the Volt Turn core. Can Thunder Punch. It can surf. I haven't looked into this thing at all. Can Super Fang. It's funny that it gets spikes and not Stealth Rock. And anyway, with our last pick, I realized we had 3 special attackers so far on the team, and all the rest were physical. So I decided to bring back Sonic, the Typhlosion. It's a very standard thing. 109 special attack, 100 speed. It's Eruption, Extra Sensory, Fire Blast, Hidden Power. It's Solar Beam if you want to run that. Overheat, Power Up Punch, Quick Attack for priority. Seismic Toss. This thing doesn't get much coverage, but it can be pretty fun to run. It gets Gyro Ball, which makes me really sad because it's wicked fast and has horrible physical attack, but I want to use a Gyro Ball set. So yeah, and that's a good time to end the video because Firefox just closed. So yeah, I'll see you guys once the battles start.